the most insidious factors of these platforms is that they are not, they claim to be democratic in ways that they are not. Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. And this is off a little bit off subject, but something I was thinking about yesterday and a little bit today. It came up completely randomly because I was watching something on Amazon or somewhere, I forget, maybe Showtime or something, and there was an advertisement for a new sort of light light dramedy about prison. And I thought about how much I hated Orange is the New Black as a concept when it came out because it trivialized the experience of prison as something that can be kind of even like even if it showed some underside to it, made it seem doable and normalized the idea of prison in general. And I thought about the fact that we do know that things like very hawkish movies and pro U.S. military movies are often funded by the military itself. I started to wonder, like, is there dark prison money in, funding these shows in funds within funds within funds? Like, how much transparency is there in any of the stuff we're consuming in terms of messaging? Like, I am now fully convinced that there's prison money in Orange is the New Black. Based off nothing. I have no research and actually no way to research it because you'd have to be a financial forensic person to like really find the source of it. Because if it is there, it's got to be so deeply hidden. But like, how does that pop up when there's conversations around trying to deconstruct prisons? And how is there now a new show about like how jokey and sort of regular prison can be when that conversation's being even further amplified? And to that point of transparency, I think that goes outside of even just these platforms to all of the media we're consuming, and to be wary of, what the, source of the messaging.
To that, I would just say that I think I don't know.
It's half baked at best.
Of this theory you have, but I think we live, I think we live in a society that lends itself to imagining conspiracies everywhere. Because there are conspiracies. There are, we see with like Jeffrey Epstein, like there are real conspiracies, but we live in a society where we don't know what is what, and everything seems like we're not getting the full story. And, just go on Netflix and like everything, almost every hot new like thriller show is about, some conspiracy, someone uncovering a conspiracy, or a documentary about a conspiracy. And we live in a state of paranoia, and bad actors can capitalize on that state of paranoia.
Yeah, I think that's honestly the best sentence to end on. Thank you very much for your time, not only on this in this conversation, but in all the research. And I mean, this article took like what sounded like years to put together. and is a very important read in the way. And I think I'm glad we had time to deconstruct it for anyone who's interested in it, because as much as the article covers, it's almost impossible to cover it in as many words as you have to print, because it goes in so many different directions, and it's really such an important sort of, it's real, but it's also this important. It constructs itself as this important metaphor to sort of meditate on all these topics that it brings up, and while it's, you know, on the face this kind of salacious piece about a cult, it's really a meditation on what it is to be alive right now, and it's a very important piece of writing. And
thanks, Harry. Thanks, Harry.
Yeah, sure. Thanks everybody for listening. I'm glad we're back. As Emily put it earlier, there has been a lot of conversation that has felt more important than this podcast, so we've been off for a while, and this idea of who has a voice and when, it seemed like it was time for this to go dark for a little bit, but it's also important to come back and talk about the things that we've experienced, and to put ideas like this out there, and to have spaces to talk about them. And I'm very happy that this is the subject of our first episode back.
Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.